All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachawadash for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Shalom to the elect of Israel, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, whom the Lord will have mercy on in these latter days. Shalom to the men of the Lord that are prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And I just want to take this quick moment to do a brief exhortation to uh, to uplift the hopeful elect out there, and basically let you know, man, because sometimes, with all this going on, you got this election, this nonsense going on. It sometimes it's easy to forget with demons attacking you and being in the flesh and being in hell, basically, that we have the victory already, you know, and that's a very, very important thing to keep at the front of your mind and in the back of your mind when you're going through things. you know this is not our rest. This is a test that we need to endure ultimately, so we get the prize at the end, man. But it brings comfort to the spirit to know that, hey, man, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has already written this thing, man. If you're of that number, if you're comforted by this word, man, you're of the elect, ultimately. And sometimes brothers just need to hear that. So I'm gonna go through a couple precepts, and and Lord willing, it's edifying. I'm gonna start with Luke. So this is Luke in 21. I'll start at 17. It says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake." This is Yahweh Shai speaking. Let me get the red letter, I believe. Let's see. Luke 21 and 17, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake." Now we know that this is coming. That this is we're in dark times. We're in the time of trouble. That final trumpet's getting ready to be blown, and now is not the time to slack off, man, because we're almost at the end. All right, and you want to be a part of that number of the elect, the ones that get the first dominion, the victory. All right, verse 18, it says, "But there shall not an hair of your head perish." It says, "In your patience possess ye your soul." So all we have to do is be patient. All right, the scriptures, Yahweh Shai also says in Revelation that be faithful unto death and you'll get a crown of life. All right, and that's very, very true, and it's apparent throughout all the scriptures, man. All of this hell you're going through in your body, and you're waking up with headaches. You're tired all the time. You're sluggish. You're depressed. You put on weight. Like that, and then it takes you, 6 months to lose it back. Because everything in this place is defiled, man. Women, they vex you at every turn. You gotta worry about your woman being a demon, calling the police on you. You know, you deal with a strange woman, you might have to worry about uh, her pulling out the R word, making an accusation, get you locked up. All of this madness in society that's vexing us. You know, but ultimately we need to come and realize that this is all to, as the scriptures say, a test. We're gold that's refined in a fire. All right. So it says, "Be faithful unto death." Actually, I won't go to it, but you brothers can read that in Revelation. Um, I'm going to this is First Corinthians 15 and 51. It says, "Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. But we shall all be changed." All right. What does that mean? Some of us are not gonna die. All right. It's already written that we're just gonna overcome whatever the hell is gonna be thrown at us, man. A bear is chasing you. Esau is trying to get you. They're trying to lock you up. Concentration camps and all of this. The Lord is going to provide ways, various ways to deliver us out of this. Whether it be through angels, whether it be through spiritual power, whether it just be, through the Most High setting things up. What some of us are not gonna die at all. All right. It says, "We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump." And that last trump is almost here. All right. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed. So, the brothers that died in the faith doing the work, the elect, some of the 144,000 that are in the spirit world, they're all going to be raised up, man. Right then and there. Incorruptible, it says. It says, for actually, matter of fact, I'm going to get that word incorruptible in the Greek. Curious what it says. It says is apathardos, aphardos. See what it says: uncorrupted, not liable to corruption or decay, imperishable of things, immortal of the risen dead, in the twinkling of an eye. All right. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruptible. All right. So we have to be changed in order for us to get into the kingdom. And this mortal must put on immortality. All right. That's a powerful thing. It says, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. All right. So we have the victory already, and that's the main point. All right. When you go to Joel 3, this is Joel 3:16. It says, the Lord Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord Yahweh will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. All right. And that's all we need to know, man. We just got to keep our head down, do the work, keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, believe on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and wait for our help, man. It says, and you can read more. You can read all the rest of that, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna just move on. This is Micah 5. It says, Micah 5:8. It says, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of as many people as a lion among the beasts of the forest. All right. So when we get changed, all right, when the Most High delivers us, man, and our bodies get changed, we're going to be like lions among people, among flocks of sheep, it says here in the forest. Now, you picture a lion and compare it to a sheep, man. One lion can run through hundreds, and basically until it gets tired, There's nothing those sheep can do to a lion, and that's how the Most High is going to make us when we put us in those bodies. I'll start it again. It says, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. So that's part of those incorruptible bodies it's talking about in 1 Corinthians. That's going to happen in the twinkle of an eye. All right. This is going to be part of what's spoken about in Luke, that if we're patient, we possess our souls in our patience, that there's not a hair on our head's going to be hurt. All right. It says, thine hand shall be lifted up on thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. And in that day, Salakia, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots, and I will cut off the cities of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds. All right. And this is going into Esau Edom's territory. But you get the main point, man. All right. Now, when you go to Zechariah, the 12th chapter, and I'll start at 7, it says, and the Lord Yahweh also shall save the tent of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David All right, and that's the spiritual temple, the 144,000, and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. It says, in that day shall the Lord Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. All right, so this is going into the same thing. We're going to be as David. Now, you know how mighty David was, especially in his prime, is it not written that David was slaying tens of thousands of people, you know, in some of those battles? It says, and the house of David shall be as God. All right. So the weakest among us are going to be like David. And that's power right there, man. And that's something to look forward to when you're having to deal with your job or your woman or just general hell. Maybe it's a landlord or just some nonsense, something that some version of oppression, you know, created by Esau Edom's system and his failure to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, in the house of David shall be as God, and the angel of the Lord Yahweh before them. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. Hey, that's a beautiful thing, man, So, basically, these are the things that we are to meditate on, when your spirit is getting down and, it just seems like, you're ready to be done with this place, which, we all are every day, really. But some days it builds up more so than others. And it's important to remember these things, that these are the holy scriptures, man. These things are already written. There's nothing Esau Edom can do to undermine it or subvert it. If the Most High chose you to be of the elect, this is it, man. All right. That's why it says in Luke, in your patience possess you your souls, because that's really all it is just patience. Because this whole thing is written already. I'll end it on this. This is Amos 9 and 14. It says, and I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel. Meaning he's going to bring us back out of the captivity. And they shall build waste cities. We're going to rebuild the cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. And they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. All right, so we're going to be back in our land doing our thing again, man. And it says, and I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given to them, saith the Lord Yahweh, thy power. So once this thing is done, once we pass this final test, that's it, man. We're not going to be plucked up out of Jerusalem. We're not going back in no captivity again. You ain't got to worry about some niggas going off and then the Lord having to come in and judge us and take us back in the cap. No, man. We're going to be incorruptible as it's written. All right? We're going to be incorruptible, and we're going to be the ones over ruling the planet Earth and other worlds to come. We're going to be over the heathen. If they don't get in line, hey, as scripture say, we're going to rule over them with a rod of iron. All right? So with that, hopefully y'all brothers were edified. Hopefully y'all were uplifted. Y'all can stay in the spirit. Keep praying. Fast if you need to. That this presidential election, it's a major sign that this place is about to turn up to another level. And we all know what comes next, more and more trouble. So stay in the spirit, Hopefully y'all were edified. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Rachach Wadash. Shalom Abba Babal.